Welcome to UWS Weekly, a show that is dedicated to covering United Women's Soccer, a national pro-am league with your host, Jonathan Ward. Each and every week, we will highlight players, supporters, and staff at the clubs we all pride ourselves to support in North America. The UWS is a league that is committed to advancing women's soccer. Good evening, soccer fans. Welcome to the UWS studio and to UWS Weekly, a show dedicated to the best pro-am league in the world. My name is Jonathan, and this evening I'm excited to be joined by members of MSC Peoria for this evening's show. Before we get started tonight, though, I do want to start with a segment called Beyond the Pitch. And this segment is dedicated to highlighting individuals in our UWS communities doing awesome things off the pitch. This individual could be a supporter, club staff, or a player who is doing awesome things to support not just their club, but also their community. And with that, I would like to welcome Kaylee Johnston from the MSC Peoria. She is a player, a Swiss Army knife, as well as an EMT. Kaylee, thank you so much for taking the time to join me this evening. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good. So listen, there's a lot of things we can do on the pitch that draws attention, whether it's being somebody's role model or having someone look up to us, but you're doing something super special in that you are an EMT in Illinois. Kind of give us an idea of what that means to you and how that makes you, why the community is so important to you.
Well, I got into it pretty much right out of high school. I went straight to the program that we had here in my hometown. Both my parents did it. So I kind of thought that it was kind of a calling of mine that I should get in there too and try it out. But I really just love helping people. That's one of my favorite things, goals, I guess you could say. So this is definitely a way that I can do it by going on calls, helping the public whenever they need it. Being the first person there to help people when, they're in distress, they're in pain, anything like that. It just it opens your eyes to everything that everybody else is going through. And the fact that I get to be there to help that really makes me happy, I guess.
So, playing, how are you able to find time to be a player and an EMT? I know the schedule can be quite chaotic. How are you able to stay up with training and keep going?
It's definitely difficult. I work 24-hour shifts, so usually I have 24 on, 48 off. This weekend, I'm currently here now. I'm working a 48-hour shift. So I started this morning at 7 a.m. and I'll be here until Sunday morning. But my coaches are really working with me, which is awesome because I can't, this is what I want to do when I grow up per se. So I got to keep working towards it and I can't let it go. So they're doing a great job by letting me play and work at the same time.
Can't stop, won't stop, right?
Right.
Well, at least with being an EMT, you guys have a lot of training, and you have a training. I would assume you have a training room on the grounds too, so you can stay in shape for games.
Yes, I'm lucky. We do have a weight room upstairs, actually right down the hall, and then right next door to the fire station, we have a great gym. So we're always welcome to go over there if we're obviously not running any calls.
And what should people be looking forward to this season as it relates to you and MSC Peoria?
Well, I'm just really excited to have a program like this around here. There's not any big programs around Peoria. I've lived here pretty much all my life, so to be able to be in my hometown and actually get to play for an awesome program is really, really eye-opening. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, Kaylee, we know you're at the station now. You're on call, so we won't waste much more of your time or at all any time. So thank you so much for joining me this evening and chatting. I appreciate it and look forward to you seeing you on the pitch this season.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers. So an 11th team has been added to the New England Conference of the UWS League Two for the 2021 season. Bayside Football Club will be the first ever UWS team from the state of Rhode Island. Bayside SC has had great success with multiple state cup victories and representation on the regional and national stage as well. The club is built on a strong foundation of player development, with Bayside alumni playing at top colleges both regionally and nationally. Last year's WPSL national champions, Pensacola FC, are taking their talents to the UWS. The Pensacola FC women will not only field their acclaimed first team in the UWS, but also their academy team that was established in 2019 as well. We'd like to give a huge shout out to Danny from Small World Soccer for his support of covering this news, and make sure to follow him on Twitter. Not only has the league announced expansion into the state of Rhode Island as well as Florida with the new expansion team, but they also officially expanded into the state of Louisiana. UWS welcomes its fourth team to the Southeast Conference, Louisiana FC, out of Baton Rouge. They are the fourth team to the conference, alongside the Atlanta Panthers, the Pensacola FC Women, and the Pensacola FC Academy. Louisiana FC founder and head coach Orlando Cervantes has signed Colombian women's national team player Orenka Velasquez. The former Indiana University star has been capped 41 times for Colombia and played in the 2012 and 2016 Summer Olympic Games, as well as the 2011 and 2015 FIFA World Cups. We look forward to seeing all three of these organizations joining UWS and UWS2 this summer, so make sure you check them out. It's going to be fun. Joining me tonight, representing MSC Peoria, we have head coach Lisa Lubke, assistant coach William Hudson, and player Angel Ikeda. Good evening to all of you, and thank you for taking the time to join us this evening. How are each of you doing?
Good. Excited to be here.
Angel, how are you?
I'm good as well.
Nice. Well, I wanted to say thank you for taking the time to join us this evening. In fact, could you guys give us some information on how you got started in the game we all love? William, we'll start with you.
Oh, we're not going to go ladies first?
Okay, that's fine. I'm going from where I am on the screen. But Angel, Lisa, William, let's do it that way. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay.
Seems we're having some technical difficulties here.
Growing up, soccer has been a big.
Lisa, go ahead. I'm gonna try to fix her connection issue. So Lisa, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like my story's nothing special. Mom just decided to sign me up for soccer when I was 6 or 7, and kind of took that pathway and started in rec, and absolutely fell in love with the game and made friends and had fun, and went from there. Played club, played high school, played in college, played a little bit after college, and then once my body gave out and couldn't play anymore, I couldn't really bear giving up the game. So decided to coach, and am running with that till my body gives up and I can't stand on the sidelines anymore, I think. So that's kind of how I got here.
William?
Awesome. Well, so I probably started out in a similar way, with 6 or 7 in rec, but mine was a long, long time ago, and I can't tell you the date, or, you can find out how old I am. But one of the big things for me in finding that love for soccer was, my PE teacher, who's the high school baseball coach, when I was 10 or 11, gave me a brochure for a camp. And it was a camp at North Central College in Naperville, and it was run by the Akron Zips, and it was fantastic. And after that, at 11 years old, I was hooked. And I'd like to think that my PE coach, my PE teacher, who was the baseball coach, thought that I was pretty talented at soccer, but he probably just recognized I couldn't hit a baseball. So.
All right, let's try this again. Angel, welcome back. Hopefully, we were able to get that lag issue taken care of. Tell us about yourself and how you got started in the game.
As a child, I've always played soccer. It was something my family was very involved in. It was something that brought our family together. My older brother and younger sister have always played it. I've always played it, and my grandfather actually coached me, so he helped me continue to play it, and it was something that I don't know, I've always really enjoyed. I love the competitiveness, and I love being able to battle with other people to play. So it's something that's always been drawn to me. So
Awesome. Well, Angel, while we're on that topic, what excites you for this season, this 2021 season, which will be the first for MSC Peoria in the UWS?
I think what excites me the most is to continue to play at a high level and to continue to play with other players who want to grow and develop and get to that next step. This is like a really good place for me to be, I feel like, right now, wanting to continue on. And this season, I feel like, will be a coach-player relationship as well.
Nice. So let's look at Lisa, what about you? What excites you for this 2021 campaign?
I mean, to me, it's the start of it all. You know, it's the first season to really start building, and I'm so excited for that kind of the first season. We have incredible talent on the team and incredible young women on the team. So I think from both a talent and a personality perspective, I think the roster we have is really going to cement a really good core of, hey, this is the bar, like this is the expectation in this program, and I think they're really going to lay that down, and I think we're just going to build on top of it from here. So I think it's going to be great.
So William, it's almost like a new car smell, right? I mean, you're just taking the wrapper off this thing, ready to go. What about you?
Yeah, so I would kind of echo some of the sentiments from Lisa. Is that we've got a great group of players. It's fun to work with a talented group, and for me, I'm excited to I've been a head coach for a long time, and now working for Lisa essentially. I'm excited to get a different perspective and get an opportunity to learn a ton. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fantastic.
So Lisa and William, you guys will have an experience on this, but what drew the organization to the UWS? Maybe past experiences that you've had, or even have had conversations or part of the conversation to bring the team to UWS?
William, why don't you go ahead?
So, probably Sean Smith, the owner, would be a better person to answer the question more accurately. But I can tell you that one of his motivations is bringing a high level and a quality level of soccer opportunity for female athletes in Peoria, something that's been missing. And I think he's got great vision on how to make that happen, and the UWS was it. And I'm excited to be a part of something that can grow and really makes a difference in the area that we're looking at. So,
Angel, what excites you about participating not just for MSC Peoria, but also participating in the UWS this summer? Angel, did you hear the question? All right. Sorry, her technical difficulties. What is the mission of the club, and how do you as a club represent those values?
William?
Lisa's going to answer the easy questions, like what color are our uniforms?
No. But really though, I think to be honest, it's going to be a conversation we have with the players. So obviously we've got a certain level of expectation as far as being a competitive club. Again, making it a home away from home, so to speak, for our players. So it's going to be a safe haven during the summer. It's not just going to be soccer. It's going to be helping them get in jobs or stay in jobs in positions that they want to work in down the road. And I mean, I hate to give the stereotypical response, but core values like respect and hard work and honesty and things like that. And then to me, I think the players are part of that equation. So they're going to help build that and kind of shape the specifics of that season to season. Yeah. William, anything to add you think I might have missed?
Yeah, I think, one of the big things is opportunity. And, alluded to it a little bit before, but what a great opportunity for a great group of players. And, when you wrap in kind of the mission of what we're trying to do, it's to get to the next level. So why not have a ton of fun doing that, a great growth experience, and, a ton of opportunity to, again, play the sport that you love.
So this is your guys' second year in the league, but first, really, seeing that you didn't get to play last year, will you? What are you looking forward to this coming season? Besides, as we talked about, getting the new car smell and that, but what Lisa, you kind of expanded on this idea last night. What are you looking forward to?
I think other than just being able to get out and play, obviously with COVID, everything feels like it's been shattered for a while. So I think just the concept of getting out and playing, and I think settling in, so to speak, to the style we want to play. There's obviously kind of that transition period of formation, personnel, things like that. And the more games you get under your belt and the more training you get, the more you get to solidify how that looks on the field. I think that's what I'm most excited about, to be honest.
So when we look at this, and this comes from a question, so I told you guys we would get live questions. Jake, one of our fans down in Houston, he asks, how can us fans get involved and help promote the club and the league? What are your guys' thoughts on how he could help with the club?
I'm a big believer in social media. Tweet, retweet, post on Instagram, Facebook, any platform you're on, the more you can push it out, I think the more traffic it can get, definitely.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I think, another big thing, especially as we, kind of lift the lid on COVID restrictions in Illinois, is, come out and watch some games. That's going to be the most fun. And I think that's what we're all aching for anyway, is to get out and watch some good competition. And, what a great way to do that is to be there live.
Angel, are you able to hear me now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Hey, so welcome back. First off, I want to.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I want to backtrack a little bit. What are you excited about this summer, playing in the UWS, and specifically playing for Peoria?
I'm the most excited about being able to work with obviously new coaches and new players, and being able to actually try to expand, I guess, my playing and my development as a player, and getting used to, the coaching or the playing of the next level.
Awesome. And then as it relates, we had a question from one of our viewers. They asked how they could help promote the club. What are your thoughts on fans helping promote you guys as players?
I think the biggest thing, like what Coach Luke said, was to view like social media platform. I feel like that's one of the major things that has helped, at least at the collegiate level, players and coaches get noticed. So anything you can do to retweet, post, or I don't know, Facebook, anything like that you find as interesting or important, that gets out to other people and gets our name known.
So, William, what does the logo of the club represent?
So I think I spoke a little bit with Sean, and a lot of it is derived just from his kind of his vision and philosophy. It looks suspiciously like the Portuguese logo. And, one of his favorite players is Ronaldo. And I think that really embodies the way that he sees the team playing. Super physical, super fast, super entertaining. And, that's kind of where we derive that logo. And hopefully we can, I think we have the talent to be as entertaining as, one of the world's best players. We won't debate which one is the best, but one of the world's best.
So as it relates to the season, how are you going to measure success this season? Obviously, everybody wants a trophy. Everyone wants to make the playoffs. Everyone wants to have a winning record. But in your first year, how are you going to measure that success?
It's a great question. And I think to your point, to me, those things are a given. That concept of you want to show up, you want to win. So I think it's assumed. So to me, that's not the barometer of success for me. I think there's going to be certain things both on and off the field that we set expectations that we want to meet. And it'll probably be gradual throughout the season as we build and we grow and like William was saying, we start to play the way we want to play. It'll be a gradual process, and we'll set expectations both tactically and technically that we want our players to meet. And we know when we meet that, we're probably going to win. So that'll be where that starts, and we'll definitely hold expectations for our team off the field. How are you treating opponents when we're off the field? How are you speaking to coaches and other coaches and referees and things of that nature? So there's definitely going to be a barometer of success from a culture perspective as well that we're going to be very mindful of.
William, anything to add?
Yeah, I would think, one thing that to add into all of that, one thing for the club in general, I think a little bit of recognition. Recognizing that, wow, we've got a talented group of players. We've got a super strong head coach with a great background. And it's the recognition that I think is, will play a part of our success. So knowing that we're doing great things here.
So let me ask, Illinois has a lot of different teams and entities that have started, from Lady Steel FC to Mustang, you guys. What do you believe to be the reason for so many new opportunities for women in the state of Illinois?
For me, I think Illinois is a little bit of I'd call it a secret hotbed of talent. Like at the youth level, there is a massive amount of talent from players coming out of club, and I would say the same thing goes collegiately. There's a lot of Division 1, 2, and 3 programs, NAIA, in the area that compete and have good squads and good players and good coaching staff. So it only makes sense that you see more teams grow within the UWS in this region, because those players want a place to play, and a lot of them want to stay local over the summer. They go away for college during the year. So if we can keep them in this area, it's good.
How does the number of teams in the state of Illinois impact the club's ability to identify or even bring players aboard, right? You have NAIA schools, you have Division II, you have a lot of D1 schools. How are you guys able to compete essentially and bring as much talent as possible?
I think I have to give a shout out to Sean on this one. He was phenomenal for us from a recruitment perspective of getting players out to try out and getting quality players out to try out for William and I to look at. So I think he's done a lot of legwork for us. And then I think once they got here, they realized that we're taking care of players and we're building an environment that is going to be an environment you want to spend your summer in. So I think it was kind of a two-pack punch from Sean Smith for us. So I think he made my job and William's job a little bit easier once the talent identification part came about.
Yeah,
William, anything to add?
Yeah, I know. I would totally agree. Sean did a lot of the pre-work for us. But going back to, the number of players in our area in Illinois in general. I think the quality of player is growing. They've been playing longer. They're better players, and to give an opportunity like this in this area, it's great to come back if you're homegrown, and if you're not so homegrown, what a wonderful opportunity to come and play in a great city and a great environment with a great team.
So my last question before we get into some of the hard-hitting stuff, what should fans be excited about or look forward to this coming season with MSC Peoria?
I'll steal this one first. Great soccer. As William spoke about, we are looking to really build a brand of soccer that's going to be a lot of fun to watch, which is going to be fun for our players to play. I think, when you watch soccer and it's fun to watch, usually the players are really enjoying themselves. So I think that's what I've got to say. William, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, if you want to take going back to the logo and the type of play that Sean appreciates, I think we have a great number of players that are entertaining, that can score goals, and it's gonna be fun to watch.
So let's get into some hard-hitting questions. We have a segment, it's called Facts for Flan. He's sent in his questions. He's got 2 questions. First, how would you describe the difference between Peoria, Illinois, and Peoria, Arizona?
Colder.
It's a good one. I'm not a geography buff, so I'll steal that. I'll just go with colder. It's probably accurate.
And his next question, because he got asked this, what quirk as a head coach do you have as it relates to the pitch on game day? Do you make sure it's overwatered, underwatered? Is there a sprinkler head that maybe not filled in all the way? Grass length?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if I know my own quirk. I'm gonna have to think for a second.
Uh-oh. William, do you have a quirk or a secret tactic?
Well, grass length for sure.
Yeah, all right.
I've coached a lot of high school soccer as well. So, you end up playing on different pitches. So some football fields, and they're a little bit longer. So long grasses, I absolutely detest.
I think I would say smoothness of the pitch. So more about if there's divots and sand and missing grass in spots. I think that's when I'm going to get a little testy on the sidelines.
All right. You guys made it through Facts with Flan. His questions have been pretty spot on lately, but now we're going to get you into Joe's questions of the hot seat. So his first question for you guys is, what is your favorite word?
Wow.
Man, I'm failing these questions. Favorite word?
So I have 2 words. As it relates to soccer, everyone makes fun of me for this, all of my players. You could ask Kaylee, on the jog. Because when we're making in a transition and they're walking around, I'm like, on the jog, ladies. And they hate me saying that. So, and I must say it a ton.
I would, I'll go off that. I think if you ask the players I work with right now, they would probably say, you understand. A lot of my coaching points I'll end with, you understand. Because I'm looking to make sure they understand.
There, that's hey, every coach, I think that's in every coach's repertoire and vocabulary. So, hey, we're in. What job would you be terrible at?
I would be terrible at a lot of jobs. William, you go.
Mine is accounting. My undergrad degree is in accounting. So that's confirmed and verified.
I would say elementary school teacher.
There. Well, Joe's loving that one. I can see him in the background there. He's laughing because he does elementary school PE. So what's on your playlist right now? What one song is on that repeat?
By Cardi B.
Okay. Cardi B. Nice. William?
I'm listening to a lot of comedy in my travels. So, Cat Williams. So no music, just kind of comedy.
Taking it back to the super classics with some Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Best piece of advice you've ever given or ever been given. Sorry. Best piece of advice you've ever been given.
To worry, to spend more time on the people in the room that support you than the people who are working against you.
Nice. I like that one. Do what you love.
Okay. And then the last question, and you've made it through the hot seat. What is your happy place?
Oh, California, on the beach.
I would have to agree somewhere warmer. But I also like, we were talking about this the other day. I love, for some reason, like 6 a.m. on an August morning, starting preseason when it's like dewy and kind of foggy, and it smells like wet grass. I don't know. I just like that whole environment.
I have to admit, I like the smell of waking up in the morning, and as a soccer player, it was always the wet grass smell, right? And then if you played like with an infield or if you played baseball, you had that smell of dirt and wet grass, and it was symbolic with the sport. And I think the wet grass idea is that's my happy place. Even now, you don't get that because everywhere has turf. So you get the smell of rubber, in the afternoon or rubber in the morning, right? So I have to agree with the idea of the wet grass. So my last question before I let you guys take off, and I appreciate you giving us the time this evening. But the last question, the easiest or hardest question, what does community mean to you?
To me, community is a group of people you can rely on. A home, a family, people you can turn to for support in good times and bad times.
Yeah, and I would think to add to that, for me, it's really a group of people moving forward for a common goal.
Well, William, Lisa, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to join me this evening to talk a little bit about not just yourselves, but the club, MSC Peoria. How can people follow you all, follow the club, and stay connected to be a part of your guys' community?
Mine's pretty simple. I'm just Lisa Lubke on Twitter, and I believe our club handle is MSC Peoria 2020.
2020,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, rolling on the bottom. MSC Peoria 2020.
Yep.
And William, you're at the same one then, huh?
I am at the same one.
Awesome.
Not Lisa's, but MSC 2020.
MSC Peoria 2020. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you guys giving me the time this evening to chat. I look forward to the upcoming season and potentially an announcement tomorrow morning for where you guys are going to be playing and who you're playing.
Yeah. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us this evening for UWS Weekly. You can follow all things UWS and UWS2 on their social media pages and send your questions for future shows as well. Until next Thursday, until tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Pacific, when we roll out and introduce our new show, The Kickoff, which will be a show that will be dedicated every Saturday morning to upcoming league games with a twist tomorrow because there is a special live announcement as it relates to some soccer in the summer of 2021. So until tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Pacific, cheers, everyone. Have a great evening and a great weekend as well.